والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا كما ينبغي لجلال وجهه وعظيم سلطانه. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Today I want to say something about the beautiful Muslim sisters that we see. I think all Muslim sisters are beautiful. The reason why you're beautiful, because Allah saw a beauty in you and saw goodness in you. And if you didn't know what's the goodness in you that Allah saw, it will be revealed to you in the akhirah, in the afterlife, bi'idhnillah. And Allah rewarded us with Islam. Such a reward, such a privilege. And recognize the female of us with hijab. MashaAllah. And Shaitan will not leave you feeling worthy with your hijab and the recognition Allah gave you. We're not going to leave you alone. He wants you to feel less worthy. I would like to share a story about a brother, a family friend. He went to Japan. As you guys may know, Japanese culture, they're very civilized. You know, very educated, people there very intelligent. But he witnessed something from his apartment. He's an engineer, he worked there for like 3 years. He witnessed something in his apartment from the window. He said something happens every single day. I see people come, bring food before they go to work, bring drinks and all that, and give it to, put it in front of a statue of Buddha. And he said, Buddha does not even have the power to grab the food and eat it. And he said what was more shocking to him is that a garbage truck comes, take the food and throw it away. So he was asking questions, you know, to himself. So he went to work, and his coworker met him there, and he told him, you know, our friend, he told him, you know, I admire the Japanese culture. Maybe some of you visited Japan or heard of it. It's people really get inspired by their culture, their intelligence and civilization. He told him, I really like this culture, but I'm really surprised why it doesn't make any sense for a Japanese person. Before they go to work, they give food and drinks to the statue and leave. And then a garbage truck come, take the food, and it just goes to waste of time and energy. And that's not common, you know, to the Japanese culture. He says something shocking happened to me. That coworker just did not say anything and just left me, gave me his back. I said I was shocked, you know, I didn't say anything, you know. So the next day, his friend, Japanese friend, was invited to his house for like a breakfast. And he told him, you know, I want to tell you this happened and come see this statue and this. And I was actually shocked, you know, why our coworker was surprised with my reaction and didn't do anything, just left me. He told him, I'm gonna give you an advice about our culture. Do not discuss somebody's religious beliefs. These are boundaries. It's a relationship between the person and their God. And we should respect that. It's a sacred relationship. We should not come near it. So he told him, I met you 3 years ago. Have I ever asked you about your religion? So don't ask someone else about what they do and how they do things in terms of their religion. So that night he said, I couldn't sleep well. I thought about this a lot. Thought about it deep. He said, they don't let anybody question their religion. How come we let people tell us how Islam should look like? And most importantly, how hijab should look like. My dear sisters, if you go right now on websites to shop for hijab and all that, you'll see the new hijab. It's a modest hijab. The neck is showing jewelries and it's, tight clothes, and now this is what hijab should look like. How come we let someone else tell us what our hijab should look like? Now we come to an event happened with Sayyidatna Aisha, one of the best Islamic figures in Islam. So Sayyidatna Aisha, as you guys, if you went to Hajj, when you see where the Prophet ﷺ was buried, بين الصفا والمروة, and you'll see next to it is the Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Umar radiallahu anhu. They're all buried together, next to each other. So when the Umar radiallahu anhu, he was dying, he said, استأذنوا عائشة أن أدفن جنب حبيبي. Please ask permission of Sayyidatna Aisha that I get buried next to Habibay. Who is Habibay? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and of course the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Where? In her house. Yes, he was buried in her house, Sayyidatna Aisha. So she said, when and of course they came to her and they told her, we want to take your permission if that's possible. And she said, وَنِعْمَ الصُّحْبَةِ. And she said, of course, I will do it for this friendship, So, of course, he eventually died, radiallahu anhu, and he was buried next to his friend, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Abu Bakr. So she said, when the Prophet was buried in my house, I'm a woman. I don't have to wear layers or hijab. So I was, just taken, just like us. She's a woman like us. She can wear anything she wants in her house. It's her house, private, space for her. And she said, and when Abu Bakr, her father, was buried, she didn't care also, to wear hijab. She didn't have to cover anything. But she said, when Umar radiallahu anhu, he was buried in her house, she said, Wallahi استحييت من عمر فكنت لا أخفف ثيابي وكنت أضع حجابي كاملا. She said, I felt shy and embarrassed from Umar radiallahu anhu, and he's a dead person under the ground. She felt embarrassed, and she said, I will not wear anything but hijab. She was wearing her full hijab at her house. My sisters, Sayyidatna Aisha, one of the best figures in Islam, look at her shyness. She was trying to cover herself, not from someone who's in front of her. No, someone under the ground. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Now we come to another event that happened with who? The daughter of the best creature Allah created, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu salam. She was also another amazing figure we look up to as Muslim ladies. So one day she was going to a ceremony. A lady died in Islam, and they were witnessing the burying process and all that. So next to her was who? Her best friend, Asma bint Abu Bakr radiallahu anha. So they were all there gathered, and Sayyidina Fatima said, Wa hasratah. And Sayyidatna Asma bint Abu Bakr told him, Wa alama al-hasra. Why are you saying that? Wa hasratah means when you see something in Arabic, when you see something unfortunate, witness something unfortunate, you say wa hasrata, means like you're in pain for witnessing such a thing. She told her, هكذا تكون نهايتنا? Is this how we gonna look like when we die after? As you guys may know, the kafan, they bring it, fold it around the dead person, and it's tight. She didn't like that. She didn't like the figure of the woman was showing when she's dead. She's not even alive. So she told her, Asma radiallahu anha, she told her, in the Habasha, in our town, they used to bring it's a palm tree, and it's the paper that they bring from the palm tree, the leaf. And she said we used to make it into two pieces to cover the dead person. They make it in a way, and then they put a piece of cloth on top of it so that doesn't happen. And she told her, please do that for me after I die. She said, wa ni'ma, wa ni'ma, wa ni'ma. She was happy to hear that. My dear sisters, look at Sayyidatna Fatima alayhi salam. She was thinking about what she's gonna look like in front of men after her death. Not when she's alive. Shyness. She's shy, she wants to cover, she doesn't want to show. And unfortunately, we see some of the sisters, they want to show, missing that part of shyness, of being a female. We come to another event that also happened during the Prophet time, during Ma'arakat, the Battle of Uhud. What happened there? Muslim, they send their kids and their sons and their fathers, everybody was going to war, battle with the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So women, to feel safe, they used to gather at one of them's house, like in one of the ladies' house, to feel safe, they kill time, we say. So Sayyidatna Khalad, she is also an amazing figure in Islam. Someone knocked on her door. Ya Khalad, Ya Khalad, Ya Khalad. She said, Man al-Tariq, who is knocking? He told her, your son, we lost him in the war. Come see him for the last time before he gets buried. What a crisis. You know what she did? She took her time to put on full hijab, just the way it's mentioned in Surah An-Nur, covered herself, and she did the extra step of wearing niqab. And she left to see him. When she came back, the woman told her, Ya Khalad, we felt bad for you. You took your time, you put on all your scarf, you made sure everything is covered, and you left. You're going through crisis. It's okay, nobody gonna judge you if you leave and go. Nobody would be like, oh, her hair's showing or anything like that. Like, she's going through crisis. Her son, her own son. And she said, Wallahi, لو ظهرت شعرة مني لهي أعظم مصيبة من مصيبتي بابني. She said, if one hair from me showing, it's a worse crisis to me than my crisis with my son, losing my son, my son. My sisters, look how they used to think, even when she's going through crisis. And we see our lovely sisters, even if it's a wedding happened, they see it as an excuse to show hair. It's a wedding, it's okay. It's this event, it's okay. It's just one day. And this Khalad, the amazing figure, she used to want to wear everything, cover everything during the crisis. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Now we come to another event that happened with the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. A woman came to him She told him, Ya Rasulallah, inni asra. فادعو الله لي أن يشفين. She told him, Ya Rasulallah, I have epilepsy, a condition of epilepsy. Please pray for Allah or make dua for me that I get recovered from this condition. He told her, Ya Amatullah, أخيرك بين أمرين. يا تصبري على مرضك فتدخلي الجنة أو أدعو الله لك فتشفين فتدخلين الجنة بعملك. He gave her two choices. He said, first, you either be patient with your condition, okay, and enter heaven, or the other option is that you enter heaven just like us. She gets tested in life, and and I will pray for you to be recovered, but you will enter heaven, based on what you do in the dunya. What would she choose? She told him, Ya Rasulullah, al-jannatu jannatu jannah. She told him, heaven, I'll choose heaven, heaven, heaven. I'll be patient with my condition. You guys know this condition is serious, it's not, billah. She told him, but I have one request from you. She told him, عندما تأتيني الصرعة يتعرى بعض من جسدي فادعو الله لي أن لا أتعرى. Which means she told him, when I go through an episode of epilepsy, you guys know it's involuntary vibration that happens to the electricity in your brain. And she told him, when this happens to me during this episode, some of my body would show because I can't control it. I can't control myself, like maybe my hair, my body would show. And رفع القلم عن ثلاث. One of them is, someone who lose their mind. Allah does not judge them, because till they come back to their, consciousness, they're being, everything is recorded. So she has the permission it's okay if something shows, like it's okay. She told him, but she thought about that after the Prophet told her about the news of enter in heaven. She told him, but I don't want this to happen to me during this episode. So please make dua for me to Allah that doesn't happen to me. فدعا لها رسول الله أن لا تتعرى. The Prophet prayed for her that it doesn't happen to her. So look at how the ladies back then, like they were so shy, like even when she has the permission, when she's, unconscious, like she's like, I still want to be covered. لا حول الله. Now we come to the يوم البيعة, event that happened. In the Surah الممتحنة يقول الله تعالى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي إذ جاءك المؤمنات يبايعنك على أن لا يشركن بالله شيئا ولا يسرقن ولا يزنين ولا يقتلن أولادهن ولا يأتين ببهتان بين أيديهن وأرجلهن وأن لا يعصين لك أمرا فبايعهن واستغفر لهن الله إن الله غفور رحيم. It's the day of pledge. Events that happened. It's mentioned in the history of Islam. It's on men came to the Prophet to give the pledge. They entered Islam to give a pledge to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The men went on the mountain and the women under the mountain, under the tree. So the Prophet was taking care of the men, and he sent who? Sent Umar radiallahu anh to talk to the ladies. One of them was Sayyidatna Hind radiallahu anha. So the surah, he explained to them, Umar radiallahu anh, the surah is, if you want to basically do the pledge, you don't do shirk, you only worship Allah only, and you don't practice adultery and all that, and then you have to follow the orders of the Prophet. And then he told them one of the condition, the Prophet told him to tell them that وَلَا تَتَزَيَّنَّ تَزَيُّنَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. He told them, do not dress like the times of ignorance. So Sayyidatna Hind told him, before we enter Islam, she was kind of trying to let him that they would never do that even before Islam. What would they do? They used to do something, some women. Please pay attention to some women. Before Islam, because before Islam, by the way, they used to wear hijab. They feel shy. They used to cover. Some women would show like a necklace here on their, here, right, this area. So in order for them to show the beauty of it, they would show some hair, right here, just showing a little bit of hair. And Hind radiallahu anha, she used to tell him, we used to call this woman not a free woman, which means she's owned, basically. The elites and the middle class, they don't do that because we look down on these women. And you want us, Ya Umar radiallahu anhu, you want us to do that after we entered Islam and Allah rewarded us with Islam, chose us to be Muslims? So I wonder what Sayyidatna Hind, if she was between us now, what would she say? If she was upset about just few women doing that. La hawla. And some would say, but the hijab is not mentioned in the Quran. وَلَيَعْذُ بِاللَّهِ. In the Surah An-Nur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ أَنْ يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ وَلَا يَبْدِينَ زِينَتُهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وأن يضربن بخمرهن على جيوبهن وأن لا يبدين زينتهن إلا لبعولتهن, till the end of the surah. Which means he was telling the Prophet, tell the mu'minat, do not stare at men, and bring, wear the hijab. Allah described it, how we wear it, we cover everything. Basically, Allah rewarded us with this. Allah designed what we should look like as Muslims. We only show the circle of the face, and the feet should be covered. Everything else should be covered, and only the hand showing, not to here, not show all the arm, just to here. The neck, everything else should be covered. Now we talk about one of the hadith, important hadith about hijab that the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned. He said, صنفان من أهل النار وحمد الله إنه لم يراهما. He said two type of people from hell, the people of hell, and he thanked Allah for not witnessing them or seeing them in his times. He said, نساء كاسيات عاريات مائلات مميلات لا يدخلن الجنة ولا يشممن ريحها. He said, a woman, the two types, a woman who is dressed, everything is covered. He said kasiyat, which means she's covered, fully covered. Ariyat, she showed something. She showed something, maybe the hair, the beginning of the hair, some of the neck maybe. He said ma'ilat mumilat, their heart is kind of drifted from the deen. And they want others to also be drifted, like men. Ma'ilat mumilat. He said they will not enter heaven, and they will not even smell the fragrance of it, of heaven. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And he said, you know, نساء كاسيات عاريات مائلات مميلات رؤوسهن كأسنمة البخت المائلة. Their head, it's like the hump of the camel. And the tilted, like I tilted a little bit. You know what that means? They wear layers of hijab. Not like one layer. Like it's a kind of made a volume here. Gave it a volume. لا يدخلن الجنة ولا يشممن ريحها. They will not enter heaven. لا حول الله. Now we come to the event that will happen on the day of judgment, يوم القيامة. يقول الله تعالى: يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وبنيه وصاحبته وأخيه عفوا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه. As you may heard before, on the day of judgment, that people will run away, will just start running. Even a woman, she's breastfeeding their child, she will leave the child and run. You will run from everybody, from the fear. You will run, you will not think about anyone else except yourself. إلا رسولنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول أمتي أمتي. Except the Prophet say my ummah. Selfless. He'll think about us. So the companions asked him, about the events that will happen Yawm al-Qiyamah, and he said, I will say ummati ummati, and I will call each of you by their name. So the companions told him, how will you know the future Muslims? You know our names. You're familiar with us. How will you know the future Muslims' name? Like, how will you call them by their name? He said, إنهم يتوضؤون كما تتوضون يأتون غرا محجلين فيعلمني الله بأسمائهم فأنادي عليهم. He said, I will know them because they do wudu just like the way you do wudu. The wudu, everything that will turn to light. And the prophets will recognize each one of us from the light. And he'll call us by our names. Yes, he will say, Habiba, ta'ali. Samreen, ta'ali. Lina, ta'ali. Ya Rab. He said, إلا امرأة صامت وصلت وقامت فأظهرت بعض من مفاتنها فأقول لها سحقا سحقا بعدا بعدا. He said, I will call you, all of you, by your name except a woman. She did fast. Like us, she did fast. And she prayed. And she did it right. But she decided to show some. He said, بعض من مفاتنها, which means some of her, the things that it's supposed to be covered, she showed. Could be a little bit of hair, could be this, could be see-through scarf, could be your feet, your arm. And I will tell her, go away, I don't want you. And Abu Dawood tell us that light will turn to darkness on the day of judgment. The wudu that was done will turn to darkness. You'll say, but I prayed, I did fast, I did everything. Yes, you did, but you showed somewhat I told you to cover. You're not welcomed here. I don't know who can handle that situation. To be in this position, the Prophet tell you, go away, you're not wanted. Being in darkness, I don't know who can handle to be in this position. My sisters, the hijab is so beautiful. Allah jameel wa yuhibbu al-jamal. Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty. Allah told us how to wear it, and the Prophet told us how to wear it. The most amazing Islamic figures, they wore it. Allah designed it for us. If you go to, you see an expensive painting, you'll see a frame. You'll see it framed. This is your frame. Allah saw the beauty and the goodness in you and rewarded you with that. Another thing is, you can be a reason for hidayah. The Prophet said, فَوَاللَّهِ لَوْ هَدَى اللَّهُ بِكَ رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا لَهُوَ أَحْسَنْ مِنْ حُمُرِ النِّعَمِ. لَهُوَ أَفْضَلْ مِنْ حُمُرِ النِّعَمِ, which means if you were a reason for one person to, let's say, pray. Let's say your friend gets hijab and wear hijab just like you. She saw the beauty in you, she wants to wear it too. Let's say someone who's not fasting start fasting because of you, they were inspired by you. It's better than anything that you can think of, accomplishment that will happen to you in dunya. Anything, going to Harvard, becoming a billionaire, anything you can think of. The Prophet tells us, if someone, you were a reason for it. Allah made you a reason for someone to be hidayah. It's better than everything that you can accomplish and get the blessings of it in dunya. And my sister, you're saying no to this. Let's say you're in Kroger's, and then you're wearing your beautiful hijab the right way, the way the Prophet told you. Someone will see the light in you. Their heart will see it. Maybe that day, a lady who is debating whether she wants to make the decision to wear it or maybe enter Islam, she'll wear it because she saw the beauty of you and the light in you. She's like, this is my sign. You didn't know, but Allah made you a reason. And that's better than anything else you can do and get from this dunya. So on the bil akhirah, you will see a mountain of good deeds, of hasanat. And you'll ask, where, Allah, what did I do to get a mountain of hasanat? And they'll show you that you were a reason for someone to become Muslim or pray or wear hijab, become a good Muslim. Maybe you'll see another mountain, bi'idhnillah, and another mountain, and you're like, where did that come from? Maybe the daughter of this lady also wear hijab, and now it's a chain, and their grandkids, and it's a whole generation, and you're getting hasanat and you don't even know. And we're saying no to this. But ayadu billah, we're saying, like if you see royal families, they don't show skin. Because and they want others to show skin. Because they want to be the elites, they want to be the superior. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by choosing us Muslims, we are superior because of that, He chose you to be a Muslim, and Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said, بلغوا عني ولو آية. Inform people about me even with one ayah. And your hijab, that's beautiful hijab that you guys are wearing, it's an ayah. You ladies, we're not trying to scare you. We want you to understand the reward and the crown Allah gave you, the hijab. فسددوا وقاربوا واستبشروا بالبيعة التي بايعتم فيها ونشهد الله أننا بايعنا الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم في أن لا نعصي له أمره. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
So for someone who perhaps they knows that in that part of the they're struggling with it, what advice would you give them where to start from?
Yes. Well, the simplest thing is when you look in the mirror and you're not covered, just remember, the Prophet on the day of judgment, he will say, "Suhqan, suhqan, bu'dan, bu'da." What's worse can happen than this? Wallahi, what's a worse crisis than that?
Can you translate what you said now?
Yes, absolutely.
What you said in
Yes.
Arabic?
The Prophet ﷺ, I don't know if you were here from the beginning or?
No, not from
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about a hadith that the Prophet was telling us that will happen on the day of judgment. He said, "I will call you, each one of you, by your name." And what is your name?
Sanafor.
Sanafor? Yeah, so he will recognize your name, inshallah, and say, "Come, Sanafor." MashaAllah. And he will recognize us by the lights that we have from the wudu, except a woman who did fast and pray, but she showed some of her what the Prophet told us to cover, the face and the arm, everything else, the feet should be covered, the neck. She showed some. She showed maybe an earring, neck, maybe her arm didn't cover it, maybe she didn't wear socks. And he will tell her, "Suhqan, suhqan, bu'dan, bu'da," which means go away.
Okay.
So I was explaining to her that.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. I want that word.
Yeah.
translation.
Yes.
Sister, can you tell me about the importance of niqab besides hijab?
Yes. That's a good question. And you seen al-niqab?
Yeah.
Yes. It was something that the wives of the Prophet did. They had to do it. Nobody can see them.
So there's like difference of opinion, like some covers eyes, like niqab. Some wear gloves and some others not.
Yeah.
So the basic rule is just cover your head and show your face, your arm,
Yes.
your hand.
Yes.
And your
Just like in the Surah An-Nur, وَلَا يَبْدِينَ زِينَتُهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخَمْرِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ, which means you cover everything, you show the circle of the face, not the neck, and just your hand. This is what shows. Allah say what shows, which means the prophets, explained it to us as the arm, not the arm, just the hand to here, and the feet, everything should be covered, just a circle of your face. And that's how it should look like.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
You guys have very good questions, mashallah.
So that would be the Sadqa Jariya, just if someone followed
Allah,
me.
Habiba, what a great question. MashaAllah, Habiba. Oh, that's another subject, inshallah. Inshallah, we talk about sadaqah, bi'idhnillah. If Allah give us, if Allah give us the strength, that we talk about the different types of sadaqah. That's a different subject. It's a little bit different than one hijab, but I want the questions to be specifically
She
on
means-
hijab.
I
She
mean,
means in
if
terms of
anybody
the-
Yes, I will
inspired.
tell you this. Yeah, I'm
Inspired
coming to
by-
this next.
Yeah.
Yes. When you spend something for the sake of Allah, don't even think about it, because it will be returned to you in ways that you don't realize. So when we spend on, a good hijab that's not see-through, a cap under, maybe a nice abaya, maybe like socks, maybe some beautiful hijabs. And by the way, mashallah, like the hijab business right now, yani, beautiful hijabs, honestly, so comfortable and stylish, mashallah. So when you spend money for the sake of Allah, for the sake of this ayah Allah gave you, of course you'll be rewarded for it. But sadaqah jariyah is another subject. There's conditions for it. But anything you spend for the sake of Allah will be returned to you.
Sister Lina, she means that you made the comment that if someone inspires, that you said that we're, a person who we presented with a mountain of.
Oh, sadaqah jariyah, okay.
Yeah, in that sense, she means.
Thank you
that-
for clarifying. Yes.
Inspired from
Yes,
the-
because sadaqah means we spend something for the sake of Allah. It is an ayah. Yes, it is an ayah. You want the Prophet to call you by the name. Imagine what comes after when he calls you by the name.
So she means that, like.
And of course, people
Because
see you.
That is the jihad, because people don't want to wear that.
Yes.
That is the sadaqah
Yeah.
in the indirect
Right,
way.
that if
Yes.
someone is inspired.
Yes.
you get that.
Someone be inspired without you knowing it.
Yeah.
Wallahi, without you knowing it. So
And
of course,
Sadaqah
it's
Jariyah also when she died,
yeah.
I died, and I make somebody, they pray every day because me, so I die, but I'm getting that.
And how about mashallah your
That's what she
grandkids who
told
wear
me.
hijab?
I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
they were inspired by you, huh?
This is continuous process
Inshallah.
until the
Continue
day.
that,
Yes,
yes.
yes, it is definitely something you wear, and maybe will Allah make you the reason to inspire someone else. Say, what is this beauty and lights that Allah put in her? I want to be like her. People don't say it. Maybe they don't, but they will be influenced by you. Your role is important. You see, Allah chose you to be a Muslim because He knows what's in you and the goodness in you. He saw it. May Allah inform you that if it's not in the dunya, inshallah, bil akhirah, you will know. You will know. It's to be chosen a Muslim. That's وما يعني أحسنها من نعمة. Gift, a reward. And on top of that, the females, Allah gave us, a reason for hidayah that we wear on top of our head, and it's beautiful, it's stylish, it's modest, and make us look beautiful. Remember, you're like a piece of art that has a frame.
One thing that you said in terms of honor, it just reminds me that sometimes there will be people, when you're working or in the school, that they say bad words, and when they're sitting next to you, they'll say, "I'm so sorry."
Yes.
Right? They
Yes.
don't know that maybe I'm a really bad person inside, but somehow the soul feels it that I have to apologize to this person who's sitting next to me that's wearing the hijab, right? So it's automatically, like at a psychological level, it
Yeah.
elevates us.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I would like to share a story about one of my classmates. She's a dentist now, mashallah. She decided to wear a scarf. She was worried. She wore it, mashallah, the hidayah came to her because hidayah come to the person, and she said, I read the Surah An-Nur and I'm like, what am I doing? She's like, suddenly I felt shy. How do I not cover? She wore a scarf, right away. She said, I had one scarf, old scarf, that's like really old. She loves it so much, but it's like it's been washed a lot. She said it's wrinkly and all that. She's like, I'm gonna put it on. I'm not leaving my house without wearing it. And a lot of you guys know, unfortunately, the higher level in education you go, the more of, let's say, there's a dominance of other people who are not Muslims. So she was so worried that her patients and her faculty will not treat her the same, will cause issue for her. She said, it's okay, that's a jihad nafs, you know? I'll do it. Like, I want to please Allah. She felt shy to cover. She said, Lena, if you see the amount of respect I gained from my faculty, non-Muslim, and how I felt loved and cared for, how my patient trusted me even more. They told her, we want to come to you after you graduate. What will you be practicing? Because she shows the strength that Allah gave her. So right away people respect you. Go ahead.
So I just want to mention this one. I had a situation a long time when I was like 20 something. I was work my I have to go to work somewhere. And I go there. So they train us and everything. And I raise my hand and say, you know, I love this job, I'm gonna work with you, but I request I'm gonna pray the whole time and
Allah.
answer time.
MashaAllah.
And people look me look, my manager look. So every the whole time that I come and I get out, I go pray, I come back. After like a few months, the manager, Christian manager, say, Fatima, your time for salat.
MashaAllah. You put boundaries.
Fatima,
MashaAllah. You know, subhanAllah, it's like they talk about boundaries and all that. This is your boundary. Speaks without speaking.
Yes, don't afraid like I'm going to work, I can pray. Tell them in the beginning. Yeah, this time
MashaAllah.
I have to pray.
Allah yazdik ya Rab.
Fatima, time for prayer.
MashaAllah. 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 Allah يثبتنا ويثبتك يا رب.
Is there anyone else that would, if you don't have questions, any comments that you would like to add or like to
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I lost my voice.
No, it's beautiful. You're a Muslim and anything comes out of you is beautiful.
So I feel like in today's generation, hijab is hard. So subhanAllah, I just started wearing hijab during Ramadan.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And I feel like it's been a bit of a struggle because actually I took my shahada in Ramadan too.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar.
So it's
Allahu
like
Akbar.
this is my first time hanging out.
MashaAllah, she's so beautiful,
And
MashaAllah.
I'm trying to like build a Muslim community because I would say my family's Catholic, right? They're African and they're Catholic. I can say it's harder for especially a revert who I'm not around Muslims often, you know, and it can be hard to wear hijab with them. Even my dad questioned me today because they don't know, because I don't know how to explain it to them. And my dad was asking today like, why are you always like covering your head? Because I had a good fire on today. And he's asking me like, why are you covering your head? Why are you doing this? Because I don't know how I'm gonna explain it to them.
MashaAllah.
So I wanted to ask you, like, for the girls who may not be in my situation, but today you can always compare yourself to girls on the internet, right? That might be showing their hair. I might be showing, because even sometimes, I'll be honest, I might show their hair, my hijab. I might show my neck a little bit because I'm still trying to find myself. So what's your advice for girls that are struggling, because there's so much influence in modern like time, you know, like not everybody's gonna think like, subhanAllah, like, oh, the prophet might not call my name, because we're so in today's society distracted. It's so hard to think about stuff like that, right?
MashaAllah. And I want to say congratulations again.
Thank you.
MashaAllah.
Thank you, thank you.
That's very, very inspiring to hear.
I
So,
will call you and then inshallah.
what is your name?
Manuela.
Manuela.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Beautiful name,
Guys, I
Manuela.
met her on my job.
Yes. Yes, subhanallah. And mashallah, I liked her a lot, mashallah. Habuki fillah, yani. So the thing is, that's a very good question, you know, and to be honest with you, like, not even the Muslim who've been Muslim for a long time, they have these concerns. You know, the media make us want to wear hijab in a certain way, and we were informed we should wear it differently. One thing I want to say that they shaped what hijab look like, and it's not, should not look like this.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. So on top of mashallah, you converted to Islam, and you seek knowledge in deen. She made the effort to come here. So you're a knowledge seeker, and that's another reward from Allah. And not in any knowledge, religious knowledge, deen, Islam. So, mashallah, I wanted to let you know that it's another reward for us, maybe, you know, because we jahadna, or we try to stop ourselves from looking like what the media trying to shape the hijab for us. Maybe that's another reward for us. You know, heaven is not for everybody. You will be tested. You will be tested. And believe me, you know, it's funny how they make it look like it's beautiful. It's beautiful to wear it right, to just show the circle of the face. And you know, it's really, some girls tell me, you know, we work with non-American and we want to not look religious too much. And I say you cannot please both worlds. You please Allah and, you know, follow what the Prophet told us, or you please, there's no black and white. I'm sorry, there's black and white. The gray area is not accepted, you know, to test you and everything. And you know, and mashallah, you have beautiful face. Seriously, mashallah. So doing anything extra is not, it's really, and you are beautiful. And Allah rewarded you with nice features. So saying thank you to Allah for, and you know, committing to covering, inshallah. And honestly, it should be celebrated, inshallah, for doing these two steps, like entering Islam and wearing hijab, mashallah. So, and just remember, not because showing this much skin will do anything. All will, yeah.
I was gonna say just also like asking Allah to make it so that your heart is set upon the hereafter and not in this world or worried about this world, because
Yes.
those distractions are very real. But I noticed like the more you ask Allah to help you out of it, the more you like are kind of like
Yes.
get the ick from it. Like you're
Yes,
like
making
okay.
dua.
Mhm.
Mukh al-ibadah, the Prophet says it's the brain of the worshipment. So making dua, very, very, very nice. Making dua, you know, for us to keep the hijab even.
Yeah.
To keep it.
So real.
Because we see ladies, you know, take it off. So to keep it, that's actually a blessing from Allah. He gave me this strength to keep it. But inshallah, after this lecture, remembering, you know, you want to be the one who will be called for, inshallah. All of us together.
Lena,
Yes,
I have a question for someone, not for me, but
yes, yes.
it's a hard question I'm going to ask you.
If it's related to hijab, I'll answer, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala
What happened if you married and your husband don't want you to cover?
Hmm.
Your husband said, you're not put when you cover, I want you to. Just like your hair to go out like this. It's okay. And you struggle, I want to cover, I want to be Muslim, but my husband, you know, I want to please my husband, but it's my husband.
Very good question. Inshallah, we discuss a topic about if families, you know, when we can respect them, when we're not. But even if it's our parents, Allah say, ولا يعني if they ask you to worship other يعني استغفر الله تشرك الشرك, then you don't obey them. And she can, inshallah, we talk about this subject bi'idhnillah, but that's also part of her jihad fi sabilillah, and she'll be rewarded bi'idhnillah for it, you know. And I'm sure she was chosen to be there at the right time, at the right place. And we can talk about, inshallah, another subject, if our husbands or a friend of us that's, you know, against our hijab and our salah or our Islam even in our families, you know, inshallah, if you see maybe the reward after, you'll be like, it's easy, it's okay. It's okay if someone tell me, you know, go ahead.
I have one question. Is there any ayah or whatever is revealed in the Christian Injil? Injil that is they emphasized on hijab also. There is some written, the ayah or whatever it is called. Then if any woman does not wear the hijab, it looks like the bald-headed people, how they look, it's bad, and then it is not nice, and it is mentioned in the Bible also.
Yeah, like someone did tell me that, and if I find
I
it,
printed it out.
yeah, I found it that our focus here is in Islam and what hijab is, but it's again, like, what would you say to someone who's that ignorant to think that you're bold? I'm not bold. This is a crown from Allah, right? Like you say, it's not like a boldness. It's a crown from Allah that Allah rewarded me with, And most of us, subhanallah, one friend told me, like, I don't know, Lina, when it's like a lot of hijabis, they have the most beautiful hair. So I don't know if that has something to, but alhamdulillah. So all these things, inshallah, we get hasanat from all these bad comments, all the things that we do for the sake of Allah, and choose the path of Allah and Islam and stay Muslim, good Muslim, and all these things we get rewarded for. Inshallah.
Sister Lina, I just wanted to add something about the question. And this was a personal experience. When we would go back to Pakistan, my family actually came from a background where religion was actually not a priority. And so when we would go back and when we started wearing hijab, a lot of the relatives would say, look at her, she looks like a servant. So, and there was a time where I was at a wedding, and from my in-laws, I was fighting to keep my hijab on at a wedding, and the person was trying to take it off.
MashaAllah, Samreen,
So
what a strong lady, MashaAllah.
It was a huge struggle. So as an individual, you do what you said, that you please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a
Choose
test.
Allah.
And subhanallah, the same person who was trying to take it off started covering herself.
Subhanallah.
The whole
Subhanallah.
relatives, everyone, one by one.
Samreen, maybe you were the reason. MashaAllah. Maybe you were the reason.
That
Yeah.
this is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah.
That what are you going to
Your
choose?
strength inspired her.
Strength, yes, and the boundaries,
And another thing, we have to study. We have to study Quran and Hadith. So when your husband come with this issue, say, look, it's in the Quran.
Exactly.
I cannot say no to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah.
Maybe the crown will talk.
Yes.
It go into their heart.
Yeah.
Make them choose.
So that part, we change. That doesn't matter what happens, we change. Like your husband, she takes shahada fast for a long time.
MashaAllah.
Before her husband. Yeah.
MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar.
It was struggle, but and her husband takes shahada. He was so humble.
MashaAllah.
And humble man, like very humble. I said, subhanallah.
We should have mentioned you by the name when we mentioned your reason for Islam and Hidayah. MashaAllah. Yeah, may Allah make us a reason for Hidayah like you, inshallah. MashaAllah. Beautiful. Beautiful, mashallah.
I will say one thing. Being a hijabi though, I really like how we just, like, when she saw me, she's like, Salaam alaikum, I'm having this thing. Like, it's so easy to recognize each other.
Yes.
And I think it's so, like, every time I work, because honestly, I work at Ulta. A lot of Muslims come to Ulta. Every single time. Salaam alaikum, how are you, sister?
MashaAllah.
So many conversations. I think that's one of my favorite things about being a hijabi. Just recognizing
Automatic.
Being part of the community, we give each other a smile, but only hijabis would know. Like, hey, you look like me, yes. Yeah, mashallah.
I always say to my husband, if I am not with you, you will not get the salam.
Mashallah, look at this. Look at this, mashallah.
Blessings
Mashallah.
from Allah.
Yeah.
Because of me.
Yes, yes.
People will not know if you are Muslim.
MashaAllah. That is true, you know. That's true, you know. When I don't know if some of you have kids or younger sisters, you know. It's like when we see each other like hijabis, like we say Assalamu alaikum because ibtisama fi wajhi akhik sadaqa, smiling in the front of your sister face, because in Islam we're all sisters. You are our sister. You know, it's a sadaqah. You know, it's a good deed. So, you know, you know, so when someone with you, of course, they feel like, why are you recognized? You know, like even the kids, and maybe your sister wants to wear it, so she can be recognized. You know, and it's a whole circle, mashallah. May Allah make it not end for you guys. Continuous, mashallah. I do have kids, by the way. Very beautiful questions. I would love to answer all of them, but you have a last question? I know you had it. Okay. I saw it in your eye. Maybe after, inshallah. Text me. Inshallah. Thank you so much, sisters.
Another day you're gonna have this class, like another month?
Oh, thank you. Are you asking me? Like,
Yeah, you're gonna have
so
next
I don't know. You sisters, thank you, Annie, for asking me, you know, again to come here. You know, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, if, you know, but no promises, you know.
A lot of people maybe they can come next time, but this is very helpful.
Oh, about the hijab, you want us to discuss it again?
Yes.
That's between you guys. If you want to plan it, why not? Because, you know, bidnillah, we're going to another mosque to do the lecture. So they maybe want to, bidnillah, come to that other mosque, or, you know, we can discuss it with Sister Samri. She's great at planning events.
Inshallah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Good for the
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you, sisters.
I know your baby wait for you, you have to go.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I love your face in front of me, like, mashallah. I didn't know you mashallah. Thank you, beautiful friend. I love how you were explaining things to her. Mashallah, mashallah. And you know, just remember, you know, if we show that little thing, it's not gonna make a difference. It will not please anybody. Remember that sister, when she wear it right, that's when she gains the respect, because she respected Allah and the Prophet. You know, it comes from that. Yes. Oh, okay. I need to go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please let me know. Take some more often, okay? I want to It's an honor to have you. It's an honor for us. Thank you.
তবে এইটা কথা যেহেতু আমি জানলার কথা বলছি জানলার কোরআনের কথা বলে যে কোনোভাবে এনি ওয়ে আল্লাহর কথা স্মরণ দিয়েছি তো এটা তো হয়েছে কিন্তু আমাদের ধরুন ঈদগাহ দু একজন আমাদের সাথে যাবে একজন অধিকাংশ সেই
Knowledge. She did not want to miss it last time, and this time I know she didn't here.
Thank you so much.
Allah made the music for you.
The time was like it was falling in place.
Yes, I'm here. Oh, loves him, and Leon loves him. We want to, maybe one day, together, inshallah. Yeah, inshallah. How's the baby? I heard you guys said it. Yes. Yes. Walaikum salam. Ahlan. Thank you so much for coming. I love your smile. Habibti. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just hide a little bit, so it's good. Yes.
They have another program in Maghreb.
How are you? Alhamdulillah. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Okay, can you share it with all of me? Subhanallah, yes, very Allah.
Sorry, speaking of do you live close by?
Inshallah, bismillah. Yes, if you, let me know inshallah next time and we don't forget it. And those 10 days, are very important. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. Repeating in those days is very important. This is the best days of Allah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
وعليكم السلام.